I have been working on a comic as of late, and it has been an incredible amount of work from writing a script to creating thumbnails and then drawing and coloring the final pages. It takes up a lot of time, and it is for sure not an easy endeavor. And I'm someone who is lucky to have a lot more time on his hands than most other people. So it is almost scary for me to think that I have potentially years of work ahead of me on this single comic story that I'm working on. And I don't even know how long it even is going to be. But I know that the first 28 pages, which is what I'm currently working on, has so far been a lot of work. I'm only on page 16 as of recording, so I can only imagine how much work I may have waiting for me in the future. I've probably been working on this first comic chapter since January, so 16 pages isn't a lot considering that March is almost over. Of course, I could always choose to cut corners when making a comic like this. I could decide to tell a smaller story. I could decide to cut it off sooner than it deserves. And, maybe sometimes I do have to cut corners in places. But I also don't want to sacrifice the story or the quality of art. I personally value my work very much. And this is why it is so important for me not to be a perfectionist when working on a project such as this. Even if I'm not always happy with how a page turns out, I need to learn to keep moving forward and accept when something is done rather than it be perfect. And of course, some people are a little lazy in their work ethic, spending way too much time consuming content and not enough time creating art. And of course, some people are way too much of a workaholic that they end up burning themselves out before ever reaching the finishing line. Don't do either of these things. That is definitely something I have learned. You need to learn to balance your creative life and your regular life. And of course, this can be a challenge, but this is why it is important to have obtainable goals for your creative projects that are realistic. For me, my goal is to make a comic book page every week. I know this is a realistic goal for me, and often I even go above and beyond that goal and do more than just a single page. So long as I accomplish the goal of one page every week, I don't have to feel bad about not having done any less than that. So long as I do one page a week, I will have accomplished 52 pages in a year, and that's impressive if you can do so. Many of us put too much on our plate at a time when making projects, any art project. We set unreasonable goals for ourselves to complete that often set us up for failure. You need to do less, not more. We all have dreams, and it's good to have dreams. It's good to have big ideas. But don't let the weight of your own dreams crush you. You have to be realistic. You can get your work done. You can get most of, if not all of it done. Just don't be afraid to be imperfect. Allow it to be imperfect. And so long as I do that, this comic project will finish itself, and I will continue working on this comic till the day I die, maybe. Anyway, this is just a small little video that I thought I'd make. If you enjoyed this video, check out my webcomic series Gingerberry, which has been released. The first couple of pages is over on Comic Fury. Go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. Maybe subscribe if you can. It'll be updated weekly until further notice. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and all that good stuff. This has been Avery of Sacred Vision Studio. See you next time. Bye-bye.